The bull is a common farm animal found in paddocks right across the globe. It is, however, much more than that. In fact, it's quite an interesting specimen, with many unique breeds utilized for all manner of purposes, including forestry work. From the extremely strong and hardworking Bazadais to the most popular breed for meat processing, here are 15 most unique bulls in the world. Bazadais Bull. Not exactly known for its lightning-quick speed, and nor would you want it to be, the Bazadais bull originated from southwest France in the Middle Ages and frequents the lowlands and the Hautes-Pyrenees. Mainly used for agricultural and forestry work, this slow-moving beast is chosen more for its strength than its agility, which is fortunate given its hefty size. Imagine giving birth to a 42-kilogram baby. Sounds like a tough task, doesn't it? With a birth weight between 35 and 42 kilograms, it's hard to imagine the process being anything but easy. Fortunately for the mother, this is not the case. In fact, the Bazadais is well known as an easy calver, with their muscle developing after 2 weeks. By 4 months, these bulls tip the scales at a whopping 200 kilograms, and by 14 months can reach up to half a ton. Not bad considering how long it would take a human to get to that weight, not to mention the amount of fast food required. It's no wonder they're classed as an exceptional working breed that can toil away even in the harshest of conditions. These dark gray, muscle-toned versions of the Incredible Hulk are pretty much invincible. These gentle giants also provide a lean, succulent, and tasty beef, making them worth their weight in gold when it comes to meat processing. Yet another win for the farmer. Now it's time for the star topic. There's something about this image that is definitely a bit off. A bull this size with horns this large is not gonna just sit there and pose for a picture, surely. Presenting an imposing figure against the picturesque countryside landscape, this bull is enormous. The biggest I've ever seen, that's for sure. And standing mere inches away is a tourist, complete with a backpack, hiking boots, and digital camera just snapping away. There are 2 noticeable discrepancies here, though. The cameraman is actually up too close to even get a decent picture of this monstrous beast, unless he's wanting a freeze frame of its eyeball, and secondly, his captive audience doesn't seem all too fazed by his presence. Is this picture real? The cynic in me says no, but what do you think? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag StarTopic and let us know your opinion in relation to what we just showed on screen. And now to the next topic. Number 14. Limousin. Imagine a bodybuilder but in animal form and you've got the Limousin bull. These well-muscled beef cattle would easily be awarded Best in Show, with their toned physique a standout amongst other breeds. With its origins firmly placed in France as far back as the late 1800s, the Limousin was mainly used as a drought animal plowing fields. The first Limousin herd book, not dissimilar to a farm machinery book, was established in France in 1886. This book, or Bible if you will, was full of tips, tricks, rules, and regulations for breeders to ensure purebred, new, and improved offspring. These strictly enforced standards piqued the interest of beef eaters throughout France, Canada, the US, and Australia, with the Limousin beef trade growing significantly over the last 200 years. With a reputation for producing an efficient carcass, these large-framed bulls are generally raised commercially, so don't be surprised if a sample pops up in your Big Mac one day. And with mature bulls weighing up to a ton, let's face it, there's plenty of this big beefcake to go around. Number 13. Parthenais. As popular with the Irish as a pint of Guinness on St. Patrick's Day, Parthenais cattle were first introduced in Ireland back in 1997. Named after the town of Parthenay in western France, the breed was originally triple-purpose, raised for milk, meat, and as a workhorse in the paddocks. Like many of its competitors in the paddocks across the globe, the Parthenais is now raised mainly for its beef production, and with a fine bone structure, significant muscle mass, and a weaning weight of 337 kilograms at just 7 months, it's easy to see why. First introduced in the 1800s, this well-established breed is almost prehistoric, with butter made from its milk distributed across France many hundreds of years ago. A fairly agile chap, considering at maturity it weighs 1,300 kilograms, the Parthenais is primarily light brown with a tint of gray or blonde around the muzzle and some black pigmentation on the eye area. Unlike the cow of this breed, stronger black pigmentation is only present around the shoulders of the Parthenais bull. They are also naturally horned, which can prove problematic if your herd is prone to fighting. Some are dehorned early on, but others are simply kept separate, ensuring they don't lock horns. See what we did there? Number 12. Brahma. A hardy specimen, the Brahman bull is easily recognized by its slightly dopey appearance, not unlike that of a basset hound. A large hump behind its head, saggy skin under the neck, and droopy ears provide further distinction to this giant bull that originated in both India and the United States more than 4,000 years ago. Used for its beef cuts or for crossbreeding, the Brahman is normally colored either light gray or red to almost black. A fully grown bull can weigh anywhere up to 1,000 kilograms, so don't be fooled by their docile appearance. This guy is as tough as they come. Although many bulls are well known for withstanding freezing cold temperatures, the funny-looking Brahman can cope with anything. He and the calves he sires can handle elements of the hot variety, surviving in searing heat up to 100 degrees. Distributed around Australia and Argentina, the Brahman also has a unique scent. Their active sweat glands produce an oily secretion that helps repel insects, a little something that would come in handy for us humans during the warmer months. Considered a sacred cow, and before you ask, no, they don't go to church, these cattle weren't bred for their meat, but for their ability to withstand harsh climate and humidity. Where others welt in the dry, hot conditions, these guys thrive. They also have a reputation for being both docile and intelligent. Number 11. Montbéliard. Like many others, the Montbéliard bull has its origins in France, where its offspring were once used for dairy production, with their milk turned into cheese. To this day, that is still the case. However, with a low body fat proportion, they are also a popular breed when it comes to meat production. With mature weights of up to 1,200 kilograms, the Montbéliard is a red and white pied breed with tough feet and impressive milking abilities. Although not as impressive in milking as Holstein Friesians, the Montbéliard's beef qualities surpass them. There are, however, traces of red Holstein and modern Montbéliards after some crossbreeding in the 1970s. They live long and fertile lives and are bred for changeable conditions. The cows have strong udders that are highly resistant to mastitis, an attractive trait for farmers keen on a healthy and productive herd. Naturally horned, they are, however, prone to temperamental behavior, showcasing many of the traits us humans fear them for. Some have been described as so difficult by farmers that they chose to avoid the breed. But don't take our word for it, just like humans, they are not all the same. It pays to do your research before investing in any bull, no matter its reputation. Number 10. Aberdeen Angus. The Grand Angus and the Mighty Angus are two of the best-selling McDonald's beef burgers on the market, following a public relations campaign to promote the product in 2006. But what's behind the burger other than an excuse to sample one of McDonald's finest? The Scottish-bred Aberdeen Angus, or simply Angus, is considered a small breed of beef cattle native to the counties of Aberdeenshire and Angus in northeastern Scotland. The Angus is naturally polled as solid black, but more recently red colors have emerged. In the UK, both are registered in the same herd book. However, in the US, they are classed as two separate breeds, Red Angus and Black Angus. Considered the most common of the two, 332,421 Black Angus cattle were registered in the US in 2017, and in 2014, the British Cattle Movement Service named it as the UK's finest. The breed has been introduced in Argentina, Canada, Germany, and Australia. First presented to the Tasmanian market in the 1820s, Angus beef has grown in popularity to the point it's now found in all Australian states and territories. Another hardy example, the Angus is bred to survive typically harsh environments, including the snowfalls and storms typical of Scottish winters. Number 9. Highland Bull. They might be known as the Highland Bull, but don't be expecting them to don a tartan kilt and crack out a native dance move anytime soon. The classic Scottish breed is probably one of the more attractive looking bulls, with its distinctive ginger red long-haired coat, ominous looking horns, and high-pitched vocals. With a complex history, not unlike the royal family, decades of crossbreeding have blurred the lines between the original and the breed we see today. Predominantly used for beef production, Highland cattle also produce milk on a small scale. This milk is known for its high butter fat content, a fact some farmers find appealing. At the mention of their name, people immediately immediately think of the ginger red coat. However, there are other variants, including black, brindle, yellow, and even white. Their coat, which has a slight wave to it, can reach up to 13 inches and is double layered, providing a waterproofing element particularly handy for the Scottish winters. Although an advantage in their native Scotland, their thick coat can prove a nuisance in other countries with warmer climates. No doubt a bit like wearing a fur coat on a tropical island. Not exactly pleasant. Number 8. Belgian Bull. The slow-moving Belgian with muscles rivaling that of a champion wrestler, these cattle are an impressive breed, with more than their looks helping them to shine. With origins in northern and central Belgium, they have existed for hundreds of years. However, it wasn't until the 1960s when their most striking characteristics were publicly revealed. Thought to be a mix of the Shorthorn and Charolais, they are available in several color swatches, not unlike curtains or cushions, from white, blue roan, black, or even red. The Belgian Blue Bull is easily recognized by its extremely muscled frame and generous proportions. This chap is huge. With heavily defined backs and strong-looking legs, these guys have been known to reach a whopping 1,250 kilograms when fully grown. Clearly a sturdy beast, these bulls do well in most climates, adapting easily to temperate oceanic weather, including the odd chilly spell or scorching heat. They don't cope well with extreme cold, however, as their skin is thin and, despite their size, they don't hold much fat. Despite their threatening size, the Belgian Blue has a docile temperament, but caution is always advised, as sometimes males can be tricky. No surprises there. Yeah, men are tricky. Number 7. Sultan Indian Bull. India's most valuable bull, Sultan weighs double that of your average bull, tipping the scales at a whopping 1.5 tons. Not only that, he's a tall fellow too, measuring 5 feet 11 inches tall from hoof to head. Taller than the average human, Sultan is a Murrah bull who is worth an estimated 2.5 million pounds. And with a noble title like Sultan, it also comes as no surprise that he's a very pampered bovine. Owner Naresh Kumar takes him on a 5-kilometer stroll and he's bathed twice a day. His diet too is not like that of a normal bull and may have something to do with his giant stature. He dines on 10 kilograms of milk, 15 kilograms of apples, 20 kilograms of carrots, 10 kilograms of grain, and 10 to 12 kilograms of green leaves each day. In fact, he costs Naresh upwards of 30 pounds a day to feed. Naresh doesn't mind though, because although he is pricey to take care of, Sultan earns his keep, with his precious semen in hot demand. Considered liquid gold, it is sold in almost every state in India, with total sales each year topping 120,000 pounds. Not a bad income for a bull. After a hard day's toil on the farm, Sultan enjoys one last treat each evening, a bottle of whiskey. Yeah, you heard that right. Our gentle giant has a taste for the finer things in life. Who can blame him? Number 6. Glan Bull. When world-famous composer Beethoven was a toddler, this multi-purpose breed of cattle was being introduced to the market. Established in Germany by Duke Christian IV in the late 1700s, the Glan was raised for milk and meat production and for working the farm. A traditional cattle breed, they originated from the brown Swiss with improvements made through crossbreeding with Simmental and Burn Mountain bulls. There was a time when the Glan almost became extinct. However, there are approximately 2,000 of the animals recorded as still in existence today. In the 1920s, to enhance their droughting performance, the Glans were crossed with the Gelbvieh. However, a decade later, the breeding aim changed. Since 1950, they have mainly been crossed with Danish red cattle, with offspring either losing their milk performance or beef production. The early 80s brought with it a resurgence of the breed, with an Association for the Conservation and Promotion of the Glan cattle founded. In search of purebred originals, the group discovered 25 cows with just 4 purebred among them. With no living bulls found, they were fortunate to come across frozen sperm. To help conserve the breed, they also used bulls of related breeds like the Gelbvieh. Today, many associations breed Glan cattle, with the focus purely on its beef performance. Number 5. Maine Anjou. Dating right back to the 1800s, the Maine Anjou was the product of crossbreeding between the older Mansell breed and the Durham. Over time, the Maine Anjou became very successful as an animal that could be easily fattened, essentially giving farmers more bang for their buck. With mature weights of up to 1,400 kilograms, the Maine Anjou bull is a brute of an animal. Cows too reach decent weights of approximately 860 kilograms. Better known for their beef production, it is also not uncommon for them to be milked, particularly around France. Usually dark red in color with white patches scattered about the head, tail, underside, and rear legs, there are other variations, but they're quite rare. Depending on their breeding history, the Maine Anjou can be horned or polled, with farmers preferring the polled version. Not surprising, given dehorning can be a difficult process for a smaller animal, not to mention an angry bull. Fortunately, they are known for their pleasant disposition, with the females making good mothers. Their milk is of such a high quality that their young are always thoroughly nourished. Famous for their high muscle content and easy fattening ability, this breed is a real asset for the farmer looking to make a quick return on their investment. Number 4. Fitard. In 2016, this Maine Anjou bull was named the world's heaviest after tipping the scales at almost 2 tons, the same as an adult hippopotamus. The bull, named Fitard, weighs double that of other bulls and has enough meat on his bones to make 45,000 burgers. Not that anyone will ever find out, as he's too busy making a name for himself at agricultural shows. Made famous for his weight, the 1,950 kilogram bull has his origins in France, and at just over 5 years old, his form is impressive. Well known for their ability to gain weight quickly, the Maine Anjou bull had agriculturists as far back as 1843 raving about their ability to gain weight, saying they were the last to be put out to pasture but the first to be sent to market. A real bonus for those looking to gain a livable income from farming. Fitard, however, is unlikely to make a trip to the meat processing plant anytime soon. In fact, breeders will be lining up around the block for his semen and paying a pretty penny for it, no doubt. It's hard to argue with the facts when this guy has the history books to prove his worth. Number 3. South Devon. The largest of the British native breeds, South Devon cattle are a beef breed with ancestry dating back as far as the Norman invasion of England. The original South Devon is believed to have descended from the large red cattle of Normandy that were imported during the invasion. Those we see today originated in southwest England in an area of Devon with historical evidence indicating that isolation caused a slight deviation in the breed. This resulted in 2 physically distinct types, the North and South Devon. Notable for its rich, medium red coat with copper highlights, the breed has slight shade variance and can appear mottled. Powerfully built, they were once considered a dual-purpose animal, bred for their milk, beef production, and plowing abilities. Although it was common for most herds to be milked during and shortly after the Second World War, the trend has tended towards more beefier sires since the 1960s, and today it's rare for them to be bred for anything other than their meat. There was, however, a resurgence in the idea to reintroduce the breed into dairy farming, with a farmer in Devon looking to produce his own brand of ice cream in 2008. His attempts at producing a bull for this herd have so far proved unsuccessful. The breed exhibits strong performance for production and profitability and is exceptionally adaptable to varying climatic conditions. Today, it is well established across 5 continents. Number 2. S&M Agro Bulls. Established in 2014, S&M Agro is an agricultural company located in Bangladesh. With just over 5 years in the industry, they have become the largest cattle house in Bangladesh with a bull collection that is simply mind-boggling. If you're in the market for a bull in Bangladesh, S&M Agro is the place to go. They have a huge variety of prize-winning breeds, including many that are unique to the market. A bit like the local convenience store, there is every color of the rainbow to choose from, all with award-winning genetics. With an abundance of breeds on offer, all the research has been done for the buyer. You simply walk in, take your pick, and hand over the cash. It couldn't be easier. Number 1. Chianina or Porcelain Bull. The tallest and heaviest breed of cattle in the world, the Chianina bull stands up to 1.8 meters tall and can exceed 1,600 kilograms in weight. Not only that, but they routinely weigh as much as an average teenager at birth. They have a long history of impressive figures when it comes to their size, with the largest ever recorded still holding the record for the heaviest Chianina bull. Named Donetto, the bull was exhibited at the Arezzo show in 1955 and weighed in at a record-breaking 1,740 kilograms. That's one big bull. Bred near Sinalunga in the province of Siena, this mature lad measured just over 6 feet in height. With a coat resembling Casper the Ghost, the Chianina is pure white with slight gray shading around the eyes. Popular as a workhorse in years gone by due to their ability to cope with steep hill terrain, the Chianina ox has now been replaced by machinery. With their origins in several regions of Italy dating back at least 2,200 years, it was normal procedure for both male and female to work in pairs. Today, however, they are rarely seen in Italy other than at public events like the Palio di Siena. A strong and resilient beast, the bull is often misunderstood as an aggressive individual that should be avoided where possible.